On the weekend of the 27th of April, 2018, my mother invited me to join her on her trip to Toronto, Canada. Being from the United States and having a passport, I'm a rare person in that I've never been to Canada or to Mexico. I've never been to my neighboring countries. They are the easiest. And yet, Mom made it absolutely clear that accompanying her was how I proved myself as a daughter. So off to Canada I went. The first thing I did upon entering the city proper was to go to the nearest Tim Hortons for some Timbits and an iced cap. There's my orange travel bag hanging out in the background. Love you, Sea to Summit! For those from the United States, the closest thing to this is Dunkin' Donut Munchkins and one of their fancy coffees. The next day, I wandered around the University of Toronto and noticed that not a single notice was squared to the available public notice boards. This came to signify Toronto to me. While at home we have similar notice boards, almost all of the flyers are square to the board. This is Toronto's version of a park and a dog park. I also saw people taking advantage of the rare day of sunshine in a weekend of yucky cold rain by sitting on benches and reading Dead Tree books. At home, people would be on their phones. Speaking of benches, Toronto has some great public art. I don't know if this will properly translate, but this whole bench is made up of dominoes. I also noticed that the Chinatown section of Toronto, there was a great affection for Bitcoin. Cryptocurrencies are underground and unadvertised where I'm from. But in Canada? And this was just one store. I could have shown many more if I'd had the storage space. I saw a sign that said, window cleaner. And then I started following the ropes up. And I don't know if you can see, there's a human being in a harness just hanging out. I'm ultimately going there. That is the CN Tower, which means crossing a snodswad of train tracks that are next to the Blue Jays Stadium. While looking at the stadium, if you turn 180 degrees, you see I'm going up there. I'm going up to the restaurant. They said up there behind her, there's a white desk. Trade our pass. Ah, there's the white desk. Thank you. Hi. I am good. They handed me this.
And you just please give this upstairs. All the great time up there, straight ahead.
There. Okay. Thank you so much. On the advice of those who'd gone before, I skipped the tourist sections of the tower and instead went to have lunch at the restaurant. The math works out that for $5 more than the cost of an all-access CN Tower pass, you can have a 2-course price-fixed lunch at the restaurant and get gratis access to the all-included in the all-access pass as a side benefit. To my mind, that works out as a $5 lunch. Cheapest food I've had yet in Toronto.
Tower, bonjour et bienvenue à la Tour CN. La Tour Nationale du Canada. It's only 61 seconds to get to the restaurant 360. We are moving at 22 kilometers per hour, 15 miles per hour. If you look down, you have panels of glass on the floor and you can see all the way to the ground from here. And you're facing the southeast part of the city. A beautiful day today. From the restaurant, you will get a 360 view of the city and Lake Ontario. Your restaurant is rotating. The floor is moving. The windows don't move at all. So keep everything you have in the table with you. If you put it by the windows, you have to wait one full rotation to catch it back. Once you need to go and use the restrooms on the restaurant, keep in mind the number of your exit. It's easier to find the exit, the number, and then you will find the table faster. You have complimentary access to all the observation floors, including the sky pod, after eating at the restaurant. So don't forget to visit those floors after eating. And you will be at 351 meters, 115 floors high, and the view is magnificent. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you very much for coming today, and have a great time. Yeah.
Oh.
You're good, you're good. And the door will open pretty soon, just mind.
And I'm in! So it's rotating. Rotating restaurant. They weren't kidding about the floor rotating and needing to keep everything with you at your seat. But doesn't it look like the windows are turning and you are staying still? The optical illusion haunted me all lunch. Now, please enjoy these views of Toronto while I eat my lunch. After lunch, I went to visit the tourist floors, such as the sky pod and the observation deck with the glass floor, also known as the all-access pass. So I'm outside, like real wind, at the CN Tower. Now we're gonna go on the glass floor.
Oh, I just want to
See, you're brave.
Okay, that's a lot for one day. Time to sleep. The next day, I hunted down the Hockey Hall of Fame, which is located in the basement of an office building next to an uninspired food court. But at least they had a Starbucks. This is where they keep the Stanley Cup? I also managed to find a pile of snow. Yay, snow! Hey, I'm from the United States South. Snow is a rarity to me. The snow was next to the Toronto City Hall with its giant Toronto sign and what looks like it would be a public ice rink when it's proper winter. In the cold and dreary drizzle, it's just a moist hole. That's what she said. I also managed to spy a black squirrel doing its thing on the Ontario Parliament lawn, so I followed it. I might have gotten in a little trouble for that. We don't have squirrels in any color other than gray where I'm from. Hey, Toronto, you really need to clean your squirrels. And right before my flight home, I managed to visit a little free library to drop off a book. My tradition when I travel is to bring a book, leave it at a little free library, and pick up a new book to take home with me as a souvenir. There's my book, waiting for a new reader. And on the way home, holy airplane karma! Look at how much legroom I have. Legs fully extended and still not touching the seat in front of me.